Harper Perennial and HarperAudio present Bottled Goods, a novel, by Sophie Van Llewyn, read by Fiona Hardingham. The low people in our family. When Aunt Theresa calls, I'm doing my homework on the history of socialism. "Alina, is your mother at home?" she asks. "No," I say. "She's working the late shift this week. She won't be home until 8. "Good. I'll pick you up in half an hour. Wear something black and sturdy shoes." And she hangs up before I have the chance to argue. Half an hour later, the deep horns of her black Volga, similar to a ship's, summon me downstairs. The car has well-defined, voluptuous shapes. The fluffy blanket of snow on its roof makes me think of a curvy woman wearing a rabbit fur hat. In 1967's Socialist Republic of Romania, this car is the privilege of the party notables, like my uncle, Petru. Aunt Theresa's hand peeps out of the driver's window. Her wrist is laden with half a dozen gold bracelets that clink merrily when she waves to me. The tips of her fingers clasp a cigarette holder. My eldest cousin, Matej, is riding shotgun, so I clamber onto the back seat where my youngest cousin, Adam, awaits. Between us, on the red upholstery, is a square box with a gliding lid, like the ones that hold the rummy tiles. I wrinkle my nose instantly. The aroma of my aunt's rose perfume doesn't cover the smell of putrefaction. "Are you wearing black?" asks Aunt Theresa. I show her the dark wool dress I'm wearing under my thick mantle. "Good," she says. "Don't open the box." "Where are we going?" I ask. "And what's that smell?" "We need to buy some flowers first," she says, and drives us to the vegetable market. "Don't tell your mother about this. The low people in our family don't deserve to know." Matej returns with 8 white roses and a small crown, like the ones received by pupils who finish top of the class at the end of the school year. It's made of interwoven bush branches with little round green leaves. 5 plastic carnations are glued on it, like gemstones in a crown. "Alina, Adam, please open the windows in the back," says Aunt Theresa. "Where are we going?" I ask again. "To the St. George Monastery," she says. My teeth clatter all the way to the monastery, the better part of an hour. Religion is not quite forbidden, but it's something that you don't practice in public, nor speak of. Just like sex. We've been driving on a bumpy dirt road for a few miles. Adam places one hand on top of the wooden box, steadying it so it won't fall. I can now see the monastery on top of a hill. Aunt Theresa should park the car. We would then continue by foot. To my surprise, she doesn't stop, but steers left into the woods. We drive for about 10 more minutes on a narrow path, halting in a clearing severed by a frozen creek. I recognize the place. In summer, it's our favourite picnic spot. Behind it, a steep hill where red peonies grow. Matej fumbles in the trunk and draws out 2 shovels. He and Adam head for the foot of the hill and begin to dig. My mouth opens and closes. Aunt Theresa begins to sob noiselessly. Tears are clotting the powder on her cheeks. Her mink coat trembles. I hear a rustling of leaves, a creaking of branches, and see a priest approaching us. Aunt Theresa walks toward him, kisses his hand. She whispers something to him, and he nods. "Help me," Aunt Theresa says, staring into the open trunk. I peer over her shoulder. A basket with red wine, a huge ring pretzel baked with honey. Koliva, a Romanian dish made of boiled pearl barley, sugar, and candy. It's specific to funerals. I shudder. "I suspect your mother never told you about your grandfather," she says. "He would have liked an open casket, but we rarely kept him in the birdcage, you see. He liked to walk around the house. He must have fallen. We searched desperately. We found him days after he disappeared, between the living room couch and the wall." A sharp sound, like a banshee shriek, escapes between her sentences. "We found him
Sample complete. Ready to continue?